Is there anything in your mind that can be done that can make the dunk contest like just resonate?
Man, I think we all are in locker. First of all, thanks for having me, guys. We all in these locker rooms, right? And we all know who's the athletic guy on the team. I think each team should submit a guy, their most athletic dunker, submit one and go from that field. Then you pick 4 or 5 guys from that field. I think it's make a team, make it mandatory for them to submit a guy. And I think that way the dunk contest would be a lot better. Without having the stars in it, you get the best dunkers in the league like it used to be with the Zach Levines and Aaron Gordons, and when those guys were in it, when Vince did it, and though could play, but their athleticism stood out, and they wanted to put it on display. And I think a lot of young guys would do that. That's why I think you see Carter Bryant and Jason Richardson in it as well. So I think that's why.
That the replies to that tweet were all like, "Who? Never heard of him before." Not the case though for the three-point contract contest. We see Damian Lillard coming back and competing despite rehabbing his Achilles. We see Con Knipple competing, one of the betting favorites to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Devin Booker, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, it is a who's who is competing in the three-point contest. Who do you see coming out of this field?
I'm going Dame. I'm going Dame. Fresh legs, hell of a shooter. I'm pretty sure all he has been doing is a lot more shooting. So yeah, I'm going with Dame, man. Yeah, I'm going
I
Dame as the
love
favorite.
You're so right. That's just an absolute beast of that. Fresh legs is a big point of this. Also, he'd be joining Larry Bird and Craig Hodges. I'm old enough to remember when Craig Hodges dominated this thing. Come on.
Yes,
Craig Hodges was a beast in the 3-point contest, Kenyon. We all know.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I think Dame being in it, man, I think gives the fans something to look forward to for him. I think it's exciting. I think the field is exciting. If I had to pick a dark horse in this, it will be Devin Booker. Um, just look at the guys that shoot it effortlessly. And Tyrese Maxey, it takes a lot for him to get it off. Donovan Mitchell can get it going, but I think it's more in the game setting. But so if I have to pick one, then a runner up, I'm gonna go Dame and D Book. Go with the old heads.
All right, so from looking forward, let's look back. Last week we had a mega trade in the eyes of many. Harden shipped out of LA to Cleveland. Now that we've had a few days to let it settle, how do you like that for both sides?
Going into it, man, we were talking about it on the Gills Arena show, man, and going into it, I didn't think that James would leave LA, to be honest with you. Him being home, um, the twilight years of his career are here. I didn't think he would want to move again. Um, and being that they were playing better the Clippers were playing better as of late. I think 15-3 over the last 18 games before the trade, something of that nature. Very surprising. I think both sides got something that they wanted. Darius Garden is a younger PG in that regard, and James is trying to win. Him and Donovan are trying to win right now, and I think this puts James in the best situation being in the East right now because the West is always stacked. So I think James being in the East benefits him. But it's now or never. It's now or never for James. If he doesn't get it done here at this last stop, um, then I don't know what's next. Don't know if the trade rumors are true, him requesting the trade or asking to move, or was it a mutual decision? But I think this is the last go round, man. If he doesn't get it done in this stop, look, don't know what's next.
You bring up how wide open the East is. Now, Cleveland right now standing fourth in the Eastern Conference standings behind the Pistons, the Knicks, and the Celtics. If you ranked those four teams, Pistons, Knicks, Celtics, and Cavs, in terms of your confidence level to come out of the East and find themselves in the NBA Finals, how would you rank those four?
Well, as of now, experience, I'm going to go with the Knicks first, Detroit hungriness second, Boston third, and Cleveland fourth right now. So I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, So I'm gonna go Detroit. If the Knicks don't get it done this year, then it's the same thing I feel with James Harden as well. If they don't get it done this year, then that window is closing. So you fired your coach last year, which was a interesting move. Bringing in Mike Brown, so we'll see how this goes. But right now, I'm gonna pick the Knicks as the favorite because of their experience and things that they've been through as of late. But I'm not gonna count out Detroit.
I mean, it's obvious you trade for James Harden. You're capitalizing on the right now. Like you're okay with shutting that 5 to 7 year window and capitalizing on the next 1 to 2 year window that you have right now. But if you are still putting the Cavs fourth in the hierarchy of the East, how much better did they get with the James Harden trade?
I personally, I don't think they got better. I think it was just moving furniture around.
Oh.
Just to be honest, his numbers are what they are. But I'm big on the chemistry that those guys have built over the last 2 or 3 years. You know, with Donovan and Darius and Evan Mobley and those guys. I just think the chemistry that they've built over the last few years meant something. But what do I know?
Well, I mean, look, come on, you know more basketball than most of the world, right, brother? But like, so I'm going to make you the GM of talking about teams that are trying to improve. I'm going to make you the GM of the Celtics then for a second, because we're all sitting here saying, should Tatum come back? Like, should he try and rush this thing? They're playing much better than all of us expected, but then you've got this piece over here in Tatum that is just such a difference maker. If you ran the Celtics, how would you be treating the comeback of Tatum?
This was a heated debate on the show the other day with me and a few of the fellas, myself, Rashad, Nick Young, Brandon Jennings. They were under the impression that Jayson Tatum should come back. I don't think Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla, I don't think they should rush it. I don't think Jayson Tatum should rush it. It's not like it's a meniscus or something of that nature. This is an Achilles. And I think the more rest that he could possibly get coming into next year would benefit him. Him coming back now probably would benefit the team. But if we're talking about the person, I think him waiting it out and being fresh and not trying to rush it back now for the playoffs. If you come back, he's not practicing 5-on-5. He hasn't played any games. We are in the middle of February. Was to come back, it'll be after All-Star break, March. It's rushed. It's rushed, and I don't see the need. The team is playing well right now. You're in third with what you have. You just added Vucevic to the mix. I think is going to help. So I think that move there with the trade allows them to reevaluate it even more. Jayson Tatum's injury, but it's a serious injury. I just don't see the need to rush back and trying to rev it up for the playoffs, because we all know that the playoffs are much more intense than the regular season. And it's risk for further injury to something else. Not the same injury. I just see something else possibly happen, a hamstring or other calf, because you're overcompensating, you're worried about this injury, and you're not. So, yeah, I just think it's a lot for him. But whatever decision he makes, I'm pretty sure it'll be the best for him and the Celtics. But if I'm the GM, if I'm Brad Stevens, I'm not rushing Jayson Tatum back.
I'm with you. I mean, he's a certified superstar. He would make you better, but also, do you want to risk another injury that leaves him out even longer and into next season? Risk is too much for me. But another certified superstar in this league that we talked a lot about going into the trade deadline, but will stay put. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. There are a lot of Golden State rumors kind of floating around there. So, what do you see Giannis's future being, and where do you want to see him playing?
Future in Milwaukee is there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a train coming. So there in Milwaukee with someone Giannis, I just think it's too far gone. You're on your third coach in 3 years, winning. He hasn't been healthy in the playoffs. I don't think the roster is built to compete right now. They haven't put the right pieces around Giannis in order to compete. I see a move happening, and the Golden State thing, I don't know. Him and Steph would be great together, of course. A bigger market, I'm thinking I can see Giannis in Miami. He can get other guys to join there. You got him, Norman Powell, a few guys. Yeah, so I can see Giannis in Miami. Big market. I think Pat wants to win still. Eric Spoelstra still wants to win. And I think he can help that situation a lot. But I definitely see him going to a big market.
So let's talk about the opposite of wanting to win, because we saw this over the weekend. The Jazz last week, big at the trade deadline, right? They go out, they get Jaren Jackson Jr. We all love that. They go into a Saturday night game where they are like they're cooking. Markkanen and Triple J are cooking going into the fourth quarter. And then all of a sudden, they don't play a single minute in the fourth quarter. What was a lead turns into a loss. Now we're all talking about tanking. As a player that gave so much of this game, how do you fix the tanking problem in the NBA?
Man, it's disgusting. It is a disgusting display of non-competitive natured organizations. I think it's awful for the game. I think it's awful for sports. Something has to be done, man. It's when you're making it blatantly obvious like that, the league has to step in, man. It has to be a draft pick, some fines, something has to give. Yeah, because it's no good for the fans, man. Like, if anybody is cheated, it's the fans in these situations, especially this situation. These people paying their hard-earned money to come out and see these guys play and cheer them on and root for them night in, night out, and you go out and do things like that. And there's no. So this is my thing with it as well. There is no guarantees on the other side of it. You can do all this and come out and get the seventh pick. Then what? It's disgusting. So it's not like football where if you finish with the worst record, you're going to get the first pick, and you're going to get the second pick. You're going to get the third pick. It's not that. So for you to do this with unless they have a certainty on the other side that they're going to so then those things start to come into question, like the integrity of the game, the integrity of the lottery process, all those things start coming into question, right? On the backside.
Do you believe? I mean, I got to get you on this, Kenny. Do you believe that the lottery is actually really a lottery?
It's hard to. At times, when certain things have happened in the past, I think some years they just let it go as it may, and other years it feels as if the fix is in. So I honestly don't know. Like when I came out, I don't know if the Nets were slide to get the number one pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. Did it just happen naturally, or did they fix it? So it's just, I don't know, man, because it's things like this that make it question it. So it's a hard answer. It's a tough conversation to have.
And I think the league is in a tough position where the integrity of the game, whether it be, the gambling scandals that we've seen, whether it been question marks with the lottery, there's a lot of questions about the integrity of the league. But I think a reason why a lot of these teams are trying to tank is because the top of this upcoming draft is absolutely stacked. So as a member of the number one overall pick club between AJ Debonsa, Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson, all of these young and dynamic players likely coming out in the draft next year, who would you take number one?
It all depends. It's just the old cliche thing is it all depends on who gets the pick. To be honest with you, the teams need. I think if Utah mess around, if Utah does get the first pick, then they need a wing, so they go AJ. If who else is a bad team? If Sacramento gets the first pick, they need a big, so they're going to go Boozer. So it just depends. It honestly really depends on where they fix this ball to go.